You'd think that with the alarming number of church burnings we've seen in Canada, the federal government would be scrambling to provide some answers. But no, once again, they've decided to stonewall. The Justice Department and the RCMP claim they can't track arson statistics on church burnings because the data isn't, quote, systemically tracked in a central database. Translation, they don't care enough to do the work. As you'll recall from a previous report I've done between 2016 and 2023, Canada saw an unbelievable 463 cases of arson at religious institutions, including churches, that was revealed in a previous government response. Let me break this down for you. 90 incidents in 2021 alone, and another 74 each in 2022 and 2023. Provinces like British Columbia and Alberta saw spikes in these attacks, with dozens of churches burned or vandalized in just a few years. And what does the government do? Well, it deflects. When MP Mark Dalton asked whether arsonists were apprehended and what sentences they faced, the response was laughable. In response to Dalton's order paper question, Justice Canada said it would require, quote, a manual collection of information, and that could lead to incomplete and misleading answers. The RCMP gave a similar excuse, so we're just left with zero accountability on this file. And let's not forget that Public Safety Canada boasts about a program like the Canada Community Security Program, which offers a measly $2.5 million to 92 churches since 2016 to, quote, protect themselves. Does that sound like a serious plan to stop church burnings to you? Meanwhile, the government's done little to identify the perpetrators or address why this is happening in the first place, but I think we know. What's worse is the silence surrounding the motives for these attacks. Again, I think we know. Many of these incidents are hate-driven, targeting places of worship, predominantly Christian ones, because they symbolize communities of faith. But instead of addressing this trend head-on, the federal government buries the details and pretends it's not a crisis. Churches are burning, and our government can't or won't answer basic questions. It's time for them to stop hiding behind excuses and start treating the issue with the seriousness it deserves. Canadians deserve transparency and action, not bureaucratic deflection. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. The tacit approval of Justin Trudeau to hundreds of church burnings in this country speaks to a greater cultural problem. And it's a problem at Rebel News we vow to fight. Now, one of the best ways to help us fight, well, it gets you a little something in return. You buy a Rebel News Plus subscription. It's only $8 a month. It helps fill up our war chest. And then you get access to premium shows and exclusive content you won't see anywhere else. Just go to rebelnewsplus.com to help us keep fighting in 2025.